This is Tarron with Twisted Mesquite Performance Horses. Today we're doing a review video with this new horse we got in. He's a 2-year-old highbrow cat, bred Colt, and he is still a stud and knows he's a stud. And so some of the steady Colt behavior we've been working through with him, just kind of making sure we can get him out of our space and working on getting him respectful. But today we're going to go over a couple things with him that we're just working on currently, and this is the third day having the saddle on, so we've been just doing our groundwork with him, letting him get comfortable with the saddle and letting him sit tied with that saddle. That's kind of just where we are in the training process. So we just wanted to go over a couple things with him and do a little neat little video with him. So I like how he's traveling out pretty well here. You know, we've taught him how to lunge, a couple different ways of changing directions, done a bunch of desensitizing with him, doing some flexing with him. And you know, every bit of this groundwork we do with him just helps us gain his respect. And I really like how this Colt travels. He wants to be low-headed, and he's starting to kind of figure out how to use his hind end. So I think it's going to be pretty cool. He's got definitely some quirks about him, just a little goofy and certainly pretty mouthy. But we're just going to keep working him through his groundwork, and the more we go, the more respectful he gets, and the less of that stuff he does. He gets out and does what we're asking him to do. You know, at the same time, we don't want to do anything. And we don't want to do anything abrupt. We want to just keep doing our groundwork, kind of ignore some of that little study stuff, because it'll work itself out as he comes through our program and keeps getting worked. But I did notice with him early on that, you know, he could get kind of mad and kind of upset about things, and so, you know, when he does what we ask him to do and he's respectful about it, then we let him be, and we give him his we're just respectful back, I'd say. Today I introduced this flag to him. He may or may not have had some of this done before when the owners were called for breaking him and doing all that stuff, but we want to make sure that he's good with this stuff. You can kind of tell with his ears he's not a big fan of it, but the more we do this, the more he'll get to accepting it and be okay with it. You know, I want to be able to stand up here next to him without him reaching out to get me, nip at me or do any of that stuff. So where he realizes this is his place where he gets to rest and relax. The more we get to the more he realizes that, then the less he'll think about doing any of that stuff. If he sticks his head over here or his face over here at me, I'm just gonna block him, kind of push his head away and keep doing what I'm doing. And ideally you reward him when he's doing everything like you'd like him to do. And being respectful and good on the ground and everything. So I like that he's getting soft to this lead rope. He's wanting to follow his nose around here, but he's keeping that forward momentum. That'll be a pretty cool look when we're on the ground, or when we're under saddle with him. I think he's gonna have a lot of bend to him. That's gonna look pretty neat. So this is another way we're having them change directions, and I just want to be able to step in front, have him stop, use that hind end, and go back the other way. Pick that front end up. With him, we're kind of helping him get that front end loosened up. He just noticed it right off the bat, but he really would kind of just keep those front legs pretty stiff, not really want to move them around any, not really want to move that front end, and may just been him being kind of pushy, and he certainly wanted to push that front end into you, but could be just needing to use them. All these exercises get these horses using different parts of their body where they can stretch and move and bend and learn how to use every part of their body. I think he's gonna stop pretty hard. More that he figures out how to use that hind end, and like we stopped him right there. He stopped his feet. He's submissive. He's licking his lips, relaxing. And that's a good, big improvement for him. When we first got to working on all this stuff, he is whinnying and carrying on and trying to run around and trying to find these other horses. And just like that, he is. But even still, he was whinnying right there, but he kept his feet still. He's being respectful of me and my space. That's been a big improvement for him. So we're just working on this flexing. I want to be able to, want him to follow his nose. He's learning how to give the pressure with his face and his nose instead of pushing into it. Right here, I want to be cognizant. I don't want him to nip at me or bite me here, but at the same time, I'm going to be respectful of him. And like I said, a lot of that attitude stuff, that it'll all work itself out as we continue to do our groundwork and take them through training. So this has been the third day with this saddle. First day, he sure enough thought a tiger got him. He was you know, right here, I'm just gonna stay with him until he relaxes. You know, and he may be upset, he may not like something, but that doesn't mean he gets to nip at me or do any of that stuff. So I'm just gonna block him if he decides to try to do that, and I'm gonna stay with it until he relaxes. These are all things that we need to do, prepping him for our first ride. That way it's just more of a success. With him, a lot of it's just getting his respect. That way he's just respectful for these rides and riding him. Way we can get around him without worrying about getting bit or kicked or something. And he hasn't, you know, he's sure tried to bite, but he hasn't tried to kick or do any of that stuff. And again, it's just all, every horse has something that we help them work through as we go through all this groundwork, our handling. That's good. So we just wanted to show a few things that we're working on with him currently. We wanted to kind of keep these videos a little shorter, just show a few things what we're working on, but where people can see, you know, the temperament, where their horse is at, how they're coming along, and we can talk about some of the things we're working on currently. So for him, that'll be our video for today, and we will, right there, if he comes into me, I'm just making him back up and get back to where I put him. That pushiness, he's trying to get that, he's trying to come over top of me a little bit, and that's him trying to assert his dominance on me a little bit. And it's just small stuff like that, you know, that we want to work on, that makes a big difference for these young horses. So anyway, for him, that's our review. I'm pleased with how he's coming along and excited to put a first ride on him and keep him going. So that'll be our video. We appreciate it, and we'll see you in the next one.